Melee weapons are an important part of this game. Though many may not think it, melee weapons can be very useful. Whenever you're in a pinch and you're out of ammunition, say for all your weapons, switching to a melee is always quicker than reloading. And say if you're just in a close range combat, pulling out a knife is far more effective than trying to reload your guns. That to say, there have been many melees added over the time. The most notorious of these great melee weapons added is the Kukri Machete. Known for its high damage, where it deals 50 damage and can two-shot any player, the Kukri has been a staple of the best knife in the game. Released back during the Frozen Days event back in 2021, man, it's been a while, it has been the best knife in the game. But now, there is a contender. An unexpected contender, found within the hunting skill. Hunting level 10. You obtain the Frontier's Knife, and if you look very closely at that damage, you would see it fills the bar halfway, meaning it does 50 damage as well. That's right, for level 10 hunting, you get a knife that deals 50 damage. By the way, the Kukri at minimum costs $80,000 at minimum. But obviously, with how the auction house has been going, it could rack up a lot more than that. So, now with the release of the Frontier Knife, is it even worth going for a Kukri Machete? Like, what were the devs thinking when they were adding this weapon? Another weapon that can deal 50 damage that is essentially free, basically. It is really easy to obtain hunting level 10. The Kukri better be significantly better to justify its minimum price of $80,000, because if not, that's going to be pretty disappointing. Anyways, let's get into the comparison. Alright, the Kukri here does 50 damage per slash, obviously, and also has a second sweeping ability. And the sweeping ability is really nice, because it can hit 2 targets at once. It can hit multiple targets at once. As you can see, if I'm able to space out correctly, like I just did, both at the same time. I'm getting shot by some random person. Let me see if I can knife this person. Get over here. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I have the hardest battle of my life. You see, it'd be nice to pull out a gun, but I want to do the... Okay, I'm not in a good position. And that is why you always use a melee at close range. You never want to use a gun, because it's very hard to aim at people very close up. This is why having any knife, including the Kukri, which does 50, and yes, I have all 8. Of course, he respawns to end the fight he started. At least I get to test it on a live guy. So you can do the slash ability, does 50 damage. It is a little slower when you do the sweep, but it's ultimately really useful, especially when you're trying to clear large areas, or if you're like, say like you'll have the max, like when you have the max height, it's kind of hard to hit lower, like people lower down, like with this single slash. So using the sweep is very effective at stopping basically anyone, especially if there's a large group of people that's close up to you. Now, the Frontier Knife. The Frontier's Knife has two abilities, a stab, which is this, and a cut, which is a more sideways looking thing. Like you see the stab, forward, cut, inward, this like more leftward. It does 50 damage, both with the stab and the cut. So with the Frontier's Knife, you do not get the Kukri's benefit of having the sweep ability. I don't know if you want to spend 80k for a sweep. As you can see, it takes about like a second to stab, which is pretty good, honestly. And as you can see, the Kukri obviously slashes way quicker. Even the sweeping ability seems about similar to the Frontier Knife's ability to stab and slash. Now having both of these weapons, would I say it is worth getting the Kukri Machete? Hey you. Yeah, you, the person watching this video. Are you seriously not liked and subscribed? Like, come on. Seriously. Consider liking and subscribing, especially if you already made it this far. And a special thanks to the person who gave me this video idea. Anyways, let's get back to the comparison. Just to finish off this knife comparison, I think I'm going to get the last 2 knives just to compare them, where you can obtain the normal knife from the general store for 200 bucks, and the Bowie Knife at this hunting shack where this paw is in the tribal forest. The Bowie Knife, and the horsebow, and the longbow. He sells you cool things. 6k. I don't remember it being this expensive. I thought it was only 4.5k, but what do I know? A quick test of the basic knife. Is this right? I have to be doing something wrong. No. I have to be doing something wrong. There's no way it's that bad. Yeah, I don't know why this knife is not the best on dummies. Okay, that's kind of weird. Yeah, it's a very quick swinging knife that deals 30 damage. It seems better on actual players. I don't know why it's screwing up on the dummies. That's weird. And the Bowie Knife. Deal 40 damage really quickly. I do not know what this cut ability does. Why does the cut ability not work on the stat? Does it work on you? It literally does not work on... Oh, it's like a... Oh, it stabs over there. Well, I haven't used this weapon in forever, so This is such a weird thing to use. Honestly, the Bowie Knife might still be good. 40 damage really quickly. Screw my comparison later in this video, bro. Might just stay with the Bowie Knife. Man, I don't remember being this quick. I guess I just didn't use the Bowie Knife enough. I guess like the second I got the Kukri, I just immediately ditched the Bowie Knife, which was over 2 years ago. Man, this is quick. 40 damage too. It's 3 hits compared to the knives only. Well, this knife is 4 hits because it does 30 damage, and it doesn't seem to stab dummies for whatever freaking reason. Well, I'm pleasantly surprised. Maybe the Bowie Knife is better than the Frontier's knife. I don't know. You kind of do have to, like, it does take 3 hits, which sucks. 3 hits is a lot more than 2 hits. But if you already shot them a little bit, then the Bowie Knife is a great finisher because of just how quick it swings. The cut ability is also interesting because it deals sideways damage. If they're like 90 degrees to your right, you can hit them. I don't know. That's such an interesting mechanic. I haven't used the Bowie Knife in literally many years. What? How many years has it been? 4 years? Like 3.5 years since freaking Frozen days when I ditched it for the Kukri. It's been too long. It's been too long, honestly. While editing this video, I decided to change my opinion on what I thought about the Kukri Machete. Earlier, I came to the conclusion that it probably wasn't worth buying unless you were like very late game, but after some further thinking about it, I think the Kukri Machete is actually pretty worth buying. Its swing ability and its slash ability are really quick for 50 damage. So it really just comes down to, do you get into melee fights often? If the answer is yes, then the Kukri is definitely worth the purchase. If not, then either the Bowie or, honestly, the Frontier's knife is perfect for you. If you say are like fighting over a fort and you get very close to people, slashing around with the Kukri will definitely get you some kills. So it really just comes down to, are you a melee user? If yes, then the Kukri is definitely worth the purchase. If no, if you don't think you pull out the melee nearly enough to justify the money, then just stick with the Frontiers. Then just stick with the Frontier or Bowie because they do just perfectly. Well, yeah, this is a shorter video than I would normally do, but if you couldn't tell, I am working on getting level 70 hunting at the moment, and hunting is such an annoying grind, mainly because the best XP methods I have found, because I've been trying a lot of EXP methods, and they have not been the greatest in terms of getting EXP, but I'm toying around with different ideas to hopefully obtain the perfect hunting EXP guide. Right now, with all the methods I've tested, the best I've been able to get is about 90,000 an hour, which isn't good enough for me. I want to get at least 100k an hour, so I'm gonna keep tweaking, keep trying new methods, keep looking up what different people are doing, try and achieve a higher hunting rate, because it does not seem I'm getting the high numbers that other YouTubers claim are possible. I don't know. I've been trying their methods, not been able to achieve it, even by avoiding getting money during the methods. I have not been able to get those high rates. Other than that, that's been the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and see you when I get the Hawk and Musket.